Today I'm gonna be sharing the decks that I'll be using for Imbolc season. Last month I did a video on the decks that I was using for Yule season, so if you want to check that out, I'll have it linked down below. And I have chosen 5 new decks for Imbolc season. Not gonna lie, 3 of these are because they're new to me, one of which is Imbolc theme. So let's start with that. Season of the Witch Imbolc. I am probably pronouncing Imbolc wrong. It's not an English word, but I'm pronouncing it in English. So this is my 3rd Seasons of the Witch deck. I also have Beltane and Mabon. And this is the Imbolc one, and it is so pretty. And of course this is a deck for Imbolc season because it is Imbolc themed. And what I really like about these decks, and next video is gonna be a review of this deck, so stay tuned for that. What I really like about these decks is that they have a lot of prompts and ideas for magic to do in that Sabbath season, or in that Imbolc season, that wheel of the year season, if you will. I really like the blue edges. I think it's really pretty. So I've already been using this deck a ton, and I very much look forward to using it during Imbolc season. The other Oracle deck that I have in this deck lineup is my Tree Keeper's Oracle, of course. This is the deck that I did a deck review on last month, and this is new to me, and I am absolutely obsessed. I know this deck doesn't really scream Imbolc, but it's new to me, so I want to use it. And it's absolutely freaking stunning. I feel like these are images that will be really great to actually meditate on. I'm trying to get more in a mindfulness meditation type of energy, I guess, because I think it's really gonna help me in my practice, but also to heal with burnout when I'm gonna be more, I don't know, when I'm more mindful and more grounded and more, I don't know, hopefully calm. And less stressed if I meditate more. So yeah, these images are absolutely stunning. Again, I did a whole review on this deck, so if you want to hear my thoughts, check that out. I'll have it linked down below. And the way that I use Oracle decks in my personal practice is usually as a theme for something, or maybe as a theme for a reading, and then I'll pull tarot cards based on that theme. I also use it the same way basically when I do client readings, and I think both of these will be really great for client readings. Speaking of client readings, I always have to have a deck in my lineup that I can use for those client readings. And for the Imbolc season, that's gonna be my White Newman. I feel like this deck has a cool type of energy, and that was the type of energy that I was looking for when picking the decks in my lineup. And then again, I had like 3 decks that were new to me, so not all of them necessarily represent what I feel is Imbolc season energy. But this is a White Newman. There is some nakedness in here if that bothers you. So, oh wait, I have one sticking in here, don't I? So what I actually did for all of these decks is I took pictures of every single image, which is why it is in its original order, and I've put it in a Google Docs document that I'm gonna print, and then when I do readings with these, I'm gonna paste them in my Book of Shadows, and I'm gonna record the tarot reading that way. So I hope that is something that is gonna be fun, that's gonna be more fun to look at, and to have a more accurate, or not necessarily accurate, but more fun overview to look at when I look back at my readings, when I reflect on my readings, see what parts came true, how I could have interpreted my cards differently based on what actually happened. So yeah, these cards are, first of all, absolutely freaking stunning. And these are cards that this is a deck that I don't really use that often. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna be using it in Imbolc season to hopefully get some more use out of it. Because I do think this deck is absolutely stunning. And I feel this deck has that cool, but also neutral tone energy that I'm really feeling for Imbolc season. Another deck that I picked because of that energy, and also because I'm in need for some more confrontation. And this deck does that. The Wild Unknown Pocket Edition. I only have the Pocket Edition. I don't have the full size. So this is one of those decks that is very confronting, and I feel like that is the energy that I need right now. It's a mix between like the neutral energy of the White Newman that I'm craving, but also more like this. And this is another one of those decks that I just don't really use that often, like I'm showing you. But if you are not new to tarot, you have seen this deck already like 1,000 times, probably own it. But yeah, this is an energy that I'm really craving in this season, and I think that it's gonna be really good. Like the decks that I chose for Yule were more comforting decks that I feel that I was really craving then, because I was craving more of the comforting vibes, the gentle vibes, and right now I want something more confronting, more neutral, I think. I don't really know how to explain that, but I hope it makes sense. So this might also be one that I carry around with me, although to be honest, I barely leave the house. I only leave the house to do grocery shopping. And I don't really feel like, I don't know, when I'm grabbing spinach that I feel like I need to do a reading for myself right now. The last deck in my lineup is, again, a deck that is new to me, that I am super excited to get to know, to use, and I will also do a review on this probably next month. I'm trying to do at least one review per month, now that I'm only doing one video per week. And it's the Mythos Tarot. This is so stunning. Again, yesterday I took pictures of all of these cards and they're just so stunning. And I do think, no, I don't think it necessarily has Imbolc vibes. I just really want to work with this deck. So these cards don't necessarily have scenes in them, but they are more portraits of goddesses, gods, and other beings. I don't want to say creatures necessarily. I don't know if that's a bit rude. But the other beings in the Greek pantheon. And that is something that I find super interesting, that I have always wanted to learn about, and I have read some things about it, and I definitely want to reread the Percy Jackson series, the first Percy Jackson and the Olympians, I think it's called, series. I have that box set, so I want to reread those. I haven't read them in a very long time, so that is one of my goals for January, I guess, is to reread that. And I really want to work with this deck. It's so beautiful. And I very much look forward to working with these energies, see what types of readings come up, see what types of gods, goddesses, and other beings that I pull from this deck. So yeah, that is exciting. So those are the decks that I'm going to be using for Imbolc season. I would love to know what decks you're going to be using up until Imbolc, or maybe after. I don't know how you divide your seasonal decks. If you read with seasonal decks, let me know everything down below. Subscribe if you want to see more tarot chats and deck reviews. Click the video on the screen if you want to see the decks that I use for Yule season. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!